Okay, today, September 13th, and yes, it is Friday the 13th, and it's proven to hold fact that not good things always seem to happen. It's been one of those long days. And apparently I didn't get the memo for my office being remodeled, but apparently Cantor's is being remodeled. And it never used to it being closed, so we had to change the locations here, and we were sitting at a Denny's here on Sunset, and I've got for the third time Eli James. Eli, thanks for joining me again.
Yeah, for sure, man.
So, and
sure.
who's your brother here?
My brother, yeah. This is my brother. His name is Izzy Riam. No, this is my dad. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So we have a little special guest here with us and everything. So
sure do.
Basically, we're kind of hooking back up and getting refreshed here, updates and everything like that. In fact, you just came back from where?
From Russia. Yeah, from Russia via Hong Kong.
Via Hong Kong. What was that all about now? What about that?
Yeah, basically, my one of the bands that I drum for, Julian K, who's basically my family now. But we went over to Russia to play a big festival over there, V-Rocks. It was actually the first international, show for Russia. Moomy Troll, who's like basically like the Rolling Stones over there, put on this festival called V-Rocks. Basically, it's like a Coachella meets South by Southwest. So you get a whole bunch of bands from the West, a whole bunch of bands from like Japan and Indonesia and all these places put into one, and so you get the great tastes of the world in this.
Very
one
nice.
thing. Yeah. And Vladivostok, 20 years ago, you couldn't even enter because it's all military. So now they're rejoining and putting music into the scene.
Nice.
Yeah, so it was amazing. It was a great time. It was like 7,500 people at the show. And then we played a show right after that main show in a club, which was just nuts. Yeah, so it was a phenomenal time.
Very, very cool.
Yeah.
Now, I have to say it because usually, like I said, you're a pretty calm, pretty cool person, but yet I saw a photo of you and your head was on fire. What was that all about?
That was just because it's a long story, but make short. One, I don't really drink usually, but I went to Russia and I was like, okay, we had 2 amazing shows with my Julian K family. I was like, you know what, why not? I'm going to drink something. So 5 rum and cokes later, the club owner comes over to us. He's like, I got a special drink for you. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm cool, whatever. And he's like, no. And you just, with a big Russian dude like that, you just don't say no. You just go, okay, and you just go with them. So anyway, Ryan, Shuck, myself, and my friend Carlos, who's our tech, who came over with us, we all went over to the bar. And of course, they throw me under the bus and said, you go first, type of deal. Actually, the owner just grabbed me, whatever. And I was like, okay. So I go behind the bar, and the guy like has this helmet out, and he puts it on me. I'm like, okay, it's kind of cute. I don't know what you need a helmet for when you're drinking. The place is packed, by the way, shoulder to shoulder, right in front of me. And a guy starts preparing a drink, and I'm already 5 rum and cokes in. So the guy's like, this is going to be a really good drink. And I'm like, okay, so just like a little vodka, right? Because Russia, vodka, whatever.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, no. And he pulls out this absinthe jug, whatever was in there. It was clear absinthe. I'm like, wow, okay, this is going to be a disaster. And the guy is like starting to mix my drink in front of me, and all of a sudden the guy to my right was like, okay, do not move, whatever you do, don't move. And I'm like, all right. And he starts tapping my helmet. I didn't know what that meant. And the guy's making the drink, so it was all this confusion going on, and I was kind of buzzed, and I was like, I don't know what's going on. And then all of a sudden, thank you. And all of a sudden, they hand me the drink, and everybody's like going, no, I'm okay, thank you. And everybody's going, chug, 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 chug. So I'm like, okay, might as well drink this absinthe that's like, whatever.
Their version of moonshine?
Exactly. That's exactly what it was. So I did, chugged it down. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I'm going to die tonight. I think I'm dying tonight. That's the deal. No, then they took the helmet off and I walked away, and then Ryan's like, what the shit was that? And I was like, I don't know, they made me a drink. He's like, no, you don't understand, your head was on fire. I was like, it was on fire? What are you talking about? He's like, look, and he showed me an Instagram photo he took. My head was on fire, and I was like, oh my God, I have no idea. I didn't feel a thing, nothing. The guy just tapped my head and created a drink, and that was the end of that. And I was like, okay. I mean, shoot, in America that would never have gone over. No. Yeah.
No.
But anyway, that was a very interesting, very fun time for sure.
That sounds like it.
Yeah.
Holy mackerel. Well, again, I think everybody knows you for being the guy that's like on the go, never sleeps, nothing,
Sleeps for the dead.
Yeah. So I mean, you've got some things going on. You've got like a little tour that you're going to be working on, or that you're working on.
Yeah. I have a USA tour right now. I think I have like 12 dates locked down solid, and we're working on some more right now. But yeah, it starts here in Los Angeles at Hemingway's on the 25th of September.
Okay.
And then it goes to Vegas on the 27th, then to Sacramento on the 28th, then to Portland on the 1st, Seattle on the 3rd, and then Salt Lake City on the 4th, and then it just continues from there. But yeah, it's going to be a killer run, and it's going to go through the Midwest, then through Nashville. I think Little Rock is on the books, but that might be up in the air. I'm not sure exactly. We've got to make that solid. Mm-hmm. Then through Houston, San Antonio is locked in. But yeah, then all the way through Arizona, actually in Casa Grande. At the Haven, which is going to be a fun show. So, and then back down here to Los Angeles.
Very cool. Very cool.
Just wrapping that around. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah.
And then also you kind of have a Kickstarter then that you're working on too. Sure.
Yeah, the Kickstarter. Basically, it takes money to get out there and make it and stuff, and I have a lot of fans that want me to go out and do it. And so I was like, okay, I have a little bit of time, a little bit of window that I can get up and go do this. So that's what I'm doing. But again, it costs a few bucks to get out there. So the whole idea with Kickstarters, it's not just a donation thing like, hey, give me money. No way. It's like if you donate money for this tour, then you actually get perks, and you get there's group rewards and things like that. But perks are like, if you want to donate $20, then I'll send you a poster, a customized poster, or you could have a ticket for the Eli James Experience when it comes around in your neighborhood. All the way to a $50 donation, you get a shirt and a poster. All the way up to a $500 donation, we'll get a meet and greet, personal meet and greet, dinner on me. If I come around in your area, of course.
Of course, yeah.
All the way to $5,000, we'll get you a private backyard bash with the Eli James Experience.
Nice.
So yeah, and everything goes towards the tour, and if anything's made above and beyond that, will go towards music that will be placed for future stuff too.
Sure.
But yeah, there's a Kickstarter account. I don't necessarily know the link right now, but it's all over Facebook, so it's all been shared.
Excellent. Now, Izzy here, your dad and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's my dad.
How was the early years with you and raising back little Eli here and stuff?
Awesome, a lot of energy, had a lot of fun.
That means I caused trouble.
Yeah, to put it lightly. Well, he has 3 brothers as well, and so I was raising all four boys, and getting them together is a lot of fun, but it caused a lot of problems too. And just raising kids, running around on the roof, climbing the trees, swinging in the electric wires.
As kids would do.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, we used to play tag on the roof. My dad would get home, and the babysitter's hanging outside the window trying to get us, and we're like, just, we're having fun.
Yeah. Well, I mean, your background and everything like that, your dad was a musician and stuff, and still,
Right.
tinkers with things. I mean, what was your musical background? I mean,
I played in different bands, but mostly I'm concentrating on my books. When Life Gives You Children will be the first in a series of books. There'll be When Life Gives You Teenagers, When Life Gives You Grandkids, and then we'll see there'll be more books. So I'm more focused on that now.
Okay.
And anyway, check out whenlifegivesyouchildren.com, and hopefully our first book will be out by Christmas, and then we'll continue from there.
Yeah, it's gonna be funny because there's a lot of things. Well, I mean, the whole book is about us kids and my dad trying to make it as a rock star, and so everything going on with when I was a kid, and all my brothers and stuff like that. So you'll get funny stories and stuff like that. and all the stories in there are true. So it'll be fun. So if you want to know any more about Eli James that way, more personal, check that out for sure.
Check out that book, definitely.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
so then you're looking around Christmas time. Hopefully, everything sets in, everything like that.
I believe so.
How are people going to be able to purchase this? Is it going to be actually booklet, or are you going to have it online to download?
At first, it'll be ebook, and probably through Amazon as an ebook. I was going to also mention there's a movie script being looked at that's based on the book as well, called The Riots, RYOTS. It's about a single dad musician raising his boys. Very humorous book, comedy. And then we're looking at sitcom maybe too, but one thing at a time.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very, very
Yeah,
cool.
it'll be fun.
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
So what do you think about your boy? How proud are you?
I'm very proud of him. He wears a lot of hats, always a go-getter. I love all of his friends. He's got very, very good friends, very supportive, and very proud of him. I'm a proud dad of all of my kids, and so...
No, just me.
Oh,
Yeah.
just
Kidding. I'm just kidding.
What's your name?
Yeah.
Very proud of all of them.
Yeah.
I mean, he's very likable. There's no doubt about it. I think the guy's always got a smile on his face and everything like that, always uplifting. And the more I know about him, it's almost like how do you keep that smile? Because like I said, you're always working. You always, I don't know if you ever sleep or anything like that. You're just on the go because you stay busy, and I think that's why I think you're so successful at what you do. You're always driving.
Yeah, always going. I mean, sometimes. I mean, at the end of the day, what it is I love what I'm doing, and I love to create a difference in the world, and I want to create a positive influence on people, and I want. First off, it's all for fun. Life to me is a game, and it's just to create better scenarios out of everything, And at the end of the day, I really want to inspire people to do what they want to do and what's in their heart, not necessarily what they're meant to do by their parents or meant to do by their wives or husbands or daughters or whatever. It's actually meant to do what you want to do, and just to kind of push out there. So it takes a lot of energy and it takes a lot of push to even try to do your own thing to then help others get inspired to do it. But I'm finding it, again, my dad said I have really very good friends and support system, which I really do, and I'm so blessed and lucky to have every one of my fans, every one of my friends, every one of my family members that have been there helping me. And with that, it goes on to other people and shows to other people where there's light, So without that, I couldn't have done, or I couldn't do what I do. So it's not just credit of me, it's a credit of all my friends and family,
That's true, and you know what? That could be said for basically every band, and whether it be actors or athletes out there. And I think a lot of people forget that too.
True. A lot of people do forget it.
They get caught up in the drama and everything like that. But if they stay with their roots and where it all started, where it came from, and stuff like that, I think they would succeed more and enjoy it more and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. That's very true.
Where do you see yourself going right now? I mean, is there any things that you're hoping to get to?
I am going
achieving?
home. No. I mean, right now there's a lot of stuff going on, from photo shoots to interviews, of course, like this one, which I thank you so much for letting me come on and do this.
Oh, no problem.
And then there's also remixes, because I do a lot of remixes. I meet a lot of friends and people. So I have a remix I'm doing for a South African artist right now. He's super awesome too. It's Matthew Mole. And then another artist in Singapore. From those two alone was just absolutely amazing. But also, I have under the gun with 8 different remixes right now. So from the tour to the remixes to every other photo shoot and everything else is just kind of just a juggling act, really. But yeah, I have a lot of stuff going on now and into the future. But I'm actually going to be concentrating more and more on the Eli James experience. I've drummed for many bands within the last few years, and I've had wonderful experiences and have great times with all those people, and who are now my friends and family, I guess. But yeah, now's the time to refocus on my solo stuff. So that's basically the future is that.
Yeah, well, see, that's a cool thing that you've actually been able to do that. You've played with so many different talented, musicians. You travel the world, so you've been influenced and been able to see a lot of different things that most people don't. And I think that's what's helping you along, mature more in the music industry, and it shows in your music.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Like that,
thank you.
so.
I actually have, speaking of music, I have a single out right now. It's called Heart Attack. Mm-hmm. And it's actually available on iTunes, Amazon, CD Baby, Rhapsody. I mean, pretty much any. If you have internet, you can get to it. Yeah, which is cool, and it's being spun on a whole bunch of radio stations right now in preparation for the U.S. tour. So that's cool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Is there any kind of thing that you want to say to any of your fans that been out there and just been along for the ride that you can share with them, or?
Yeah, well, first I love you guys to death, and I'm glad that you're sticking with me from the beginning and to now into the future, and there's a lot more to come from my camp, so just keep an eye and ear out, and yeah, we'll get things rocking.
And how about for anybody inspired, any encouraging words for bands that are, or musicians out there that are still, struggling, trying to keep their head above?
I'm still struggling, so we're all in the same game, we're all in the same world together, and just keep going and keep reaching out and talk to people and talk to your friends, and nowadays it's not somebody else. See, it's not somebody else that is going to build your career, it's you, and that's where it starts, is with you. And if you're in a band, you have to have a full band of people that want to do the same thing you do, and if there's somebody in that band that doesn't quite want it as much as the other person, you kind of have to look at that, and you got to go, okay, well, that's fine if they don't want as much as three of us, if this guy doesn't, but you may have to replace him to continue. It's like one of those things where you go, okay, I love you to death, but this is what we want to do, and you go get it and go do it. If there's any stops in the way, move it out of the way and continue. There's always going to be barriers and stops and thises and that's and troubles and problems and everything else. You just push through it and keep going, and that's pretty much the key.
That is so true. That is so true about bands and everything like that. That people are going to come and go.
Yeah. I am definitely a witness of coming and going in bands and drama and all everything in between. Everything you could possibly imagine, I've witnessed myself.
And you can still smile.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, you know what? It is what it is. Sometimes sometimes it's a gamble, and sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. In fact, I think personally is even if you think you lost, you've won because you went out for the battle. If you don't go out for that battle, then you've lost.
Exactly. You never know until you go out and try it.
Yep, exactly.
If more people were like that, and it'd be amazing what this world would actually better be. Stuff like that. People will just go out and just try what they would, thinking about.
Yeah. I think well, there's a lot of people that do go try it and stuff like that, and it's more power to them. It's sticking with it that's going to get you somewhere.
Yeah.
So just stick with it and everything, and that's there you go.
Very cool. Well, I mean, how can people find you?
There's Kickstarter, there's Twitter, which is just at Eli James, there's Instagram, which is at Eli James, there's my public figure page or fan page is on Facebook /Eli James Music. You can go to EliJamesMusic.com, get all the updates, all like my music. There's
your new shirt.
My new shirt. Yeah, I have a lot of good new awesome things coming out. Yeah. And then if you go to YouTube /Eli James Rocks, or you know what, just Google Eli James Drummer. Just Google that and you'll find a whole slew of stuff.
Make it easy.
Yeah, make it easy. Eli James Drummer, done.
Very nice, very nice. Izzy.
Yes.
Before we go and stuff like that, the name of the book again, real quick?
When Life Gives You Children.
Okay. And that's .com that we can find
.com. So whenlifegivesyouchildren.com, you can go there. And we're just building the site now, but everything should be ready and up and running. We're aiming for Christmas, so we're really looking forward to it.
Well, dude, I'm looking forward to that.
Me too.
I want to see what little Eli.
No, you do not. You do not.
There's some good stories, but we'll save it for the book.
Sounds good. Well, again, I want to thank you guys for coming out on this day, and it was a pleasure meeting you, Izzy, for the first time.
Good meeting you too.
Same here.
Yeah.
All right. So, I mean, I look forward to more of your stuff, man. I can't wait.
Yeah, more number 4. We'll be doing number 4 shortly. I'll
good.
tell you when I'm going to Europe, and I'll tell you when I'm going to Australia, and maybe back to Russia. How about that?
There you go. More fiery experience.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice. All right. Again, thanks for you guys' time
Thank
and
you.
everything.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. Take care.
You too.